I think it was a badly thought out plan, and I think they're quite rightly embarrassed.
Someone's going to be killed.
Following Saturday's face-off between protesters and counter-protesters in Nottingham city centre, counter-protesters gathered this Wednesday in West Bridgford, near to the supposed site of a planned anti-immigration demonstration.
Nottingham, we always stand up to these fascists.
I think it was a badly thought out plan, a literal Google Maps job, and just searched the word immigration and came across a private household that had an 88-year-old elderly woman living there. We've mobilised for this event in less than 48 hours, and we've got over 200 people and close to 300 people now, showing that the local community that were on their side. Nottingham is a very multicultural city, and it's very diverse and very welcoming. I don't think they'll show up here.
After an hour of chanting and chatting, one man filming on his phone did show up, but was it a case of mistaken identity?
Somebody told me there's a lot of people down here, so I've come down with my camera, started filming. I've seen somebody with a sign. Can I film your sign? And said, yeah, that's fine, just to see what the message says. Next minute I get about 5 people with masks on coming up to me calling me a Nazi scum and a racist scum. And they don't know who I am, they don't know my background, they didn't even give me a chance to explain the word in edgeways. So they're just judging me straight away, and it's hypocritical for people to call other people when you don't even know who I am. You just call me that for no reason.
So did you not know anything was going on this evening?
Not until I seen all the police.
Right.
Not until I seen all the police and that, and obviously I thought, with a lot more going on around the country and that, it's obviously something to do with this. But then I was sitting at the top of the pub, and then someone said there's a lot of crowd down here, so I just come down and started filming. Some people were alright, but out of a group of about, I don't know, 300, probably 5 or 6 came up to me and started chanting Nazi scum, racist scum, and pointing towards me. A guy in the group who I know, so I'm in Nottingham, I've known him for a long time, he come up and said, no, leave him, because I'm not that person. In my head I thought, you're just giving yourself a bad name, because you're just judging me straight away, like other people are being judged and you're defending them, then you're doing it yourselves. So it's hypocritical, if you get what I mean.
Why do you think they judged like that?
Because they're not seeing me before, they see me filming, or the way I talk, the way I look, just, I don't know, like, I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they know each other. I don't know, mate, to be honest.
Having since looked at Andy's YouTube channel, it appears that he was present at Saturday's protest in the city centre and filmed there too. In his videos he criticises the behaviour of the counter-protesters, saying that they can't control their tempers when told facts. His full video of Wednesday's protest indicates that he knew it was going to take place on the residential street that had been circulated online, which happened to be directly opposite the pub he had been at. Eventually, about 5 other people showed up.
Off our street! Nazi scum! Off our street! Nazi scum! Off our street! Fascist scum! Off our street! Nazi scum! Off our street!
So what's brought you down here today, sir?
It's to stand up for what I believe in, with not against these officers, but two-tier policing. I'm not anti-immigration in a racist way. I'm anti-immigration because, as I said, I used to be a medic, and the suffering I see in our population, waiting for operations, waiting for social services, we can't cope.
This gentleman told me that he was there on the side of the protesters, partly because he'd reported several hate crimes to the police himself and hadn't been satisfied with the response.
I'm ex-services, as I said. My eardrums are blown.
Right.
So I can't hear, that's why I sniff. I have to sniff to hear. There is two-tier policing.
Okay.
They're not, and there is.
So your definition of it would be that...
If I was Muslim, Islamic, I've got friends who are Islam. If I was Muslim, they would have dealt with it as a hate crime. Because it was a psychological or mental health hate crime, it wasn't dealt with. And the other crime, the anti-Semitic crime, they just didn't want to know.
Okay.
When I was at the protest Saturday, there was a guy on the other side, so to speak, putting up a Palestinian flag.
I'll walk with you.
So I put my Jewish flag up, the police ripped it out of my hand,
Right.
and they told me I was an instigator and right wing. And those people, as you know, were calling me right wing.
Right.
And I'm white Jewish. How can I be right wing? And I'm very concerned the way this country is heading. Someone needs to do something.
In what sense?
It's a tinderbox.
Okay.
And again, you know, I have to be careful with my words. Excuse my words, but so, this is going to end or change or get resolved when someone's killed.
Okay.
Someone's going to be killed. I'm not saying I'm going to, but
You mean the current unrest in the country is going to end with a death?
It's going to end with a death. And I don't know anything about what happened in Southport. All
Okay.
I know is that 3 angels lost their lives. I don't know anything about the guy who did it. I don't know anything about the cause. I don't know anything about anything like that. Now, but it's a tinderbox now. All these other groups have jumped on it. And if someone from the Muslim community is killed, there's going to be trouble. If someone from the white community is killed, there's going to be trouble. And
I think some people would say that coming out this evening in a mask might not help with that tinderbox.
I didn't have my mask on until all these people came by.
Okay.
I'm doing it because there are guys going around in cars taking pictures of the right wing.
What
Now,
do you think they're doing with those?
Well, they're on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
They put name
So
and
it's
shame
the
this
social
person.
shame
Yeah.
that you're...
But also, we've got to get on the same tube as these people.
Right.
Unless, if they are that peace
And
loving.
you fear that you'd be
Yeah.
attacked?
Yeah. Like I was saying, I don't know if you heard me, I was saying to them, I'm right wing. I'm Jewish, how can I be right wing? I was in Israel when Hamas attacked.
Were you now?
Yes. My sister had both her breasts cut off and was raped by her father and his 2 sons. My nephew and niece are still in the morgue because they can't find their heads. My brother-in-law and a cousin had their legs chopped off, 1 leg each, and they had petrol poured over them and were set on fire. So when I see people shouting Hamas and all that at a demonstration in Nottingham,
I haven't heard anyone say
and he
Hamas.
was waving his Palestinian flag.
Did they yell Hamas though?
Yeah, and they were laying Al Akbar on this to me when I put my Jewish flag up.
Right.
But the police pulled it off me
Right.
and told me I was instigating trouble. And I said, well, that guy there, you've let him through the lines. He was through the lines, waving his flag. You can see him online. And I put mine up and tried to do the same, and they weren't having it.
Eventually, the evening turned into 2 groups facing each other along a street with the police separating them. And as the night went on, there were angrier sentiments being expressed, but no instances of violence and no arrests. Neither side would leave until the other had, with the police going between the two trying to negotiate as they widened the gap between them. Eventually, as remaining counter-protesters argued with the police, it was pointed out that the other side had now, in fact, left, and so the counter-protest peacefully dispersed.